Yay, we're here. It's so good to be with you again. We did this last week. It was the most fun thing ever. So, welcome back, everybody. I'm Rachel Archelaus. My name is on the screen. I'm the founder of the Intuitive Art Academy, and I love being psychic. And so that's why we're doing this. I'm here today to hang out in your energy for a change. Feel free to ask any question that you'd like. You can just put it in the chat and I'll be able to see it over here. And then I will take a peek in your energy or wherever the answer might be and relay that to you here. I already have a couple of questions that came in various ways. So I'm going to answer those first. And in the meantime, you can come in, settle in, get comfortable. I might be doing these every week. So if you're here watching a replay or something and you have another question for next time, just write it down and come on back with it. And yeah, I'm hoping to make this a regular thing because this has been really, really fun. Hi, Corinne. So, for those of you who don't know, I just grew up openly psychic like this. Always had this ability. I used to do readings for my friends in high school and in middle school, and it was really fun. And I did this professionally for a long time through like metaphysical centers and my own clientele. And for the past few years, I haven't really been doing psychic readings just standalone. Of course, I do this with my coaching clients and my students at times, but this right here, like this format, is just a really fun way for me to be me and to have this part of my life be front and center. So thanks for coming and helping me accomplish that. So once again, I'm taking off my nail polish, which I don't know, maybe it's just like a thing that helps me get into the zone. I'm not really sure, but hi, Guillaume. All right, so you're all showing up. I'm going to head into the first question that I got from Linda, who is a longtime watcher. So she asks, and wait, Crazy Pup would really love this question too, so I hope you're here. About the subject that the DNA structure of the human collective is transforming from carbon-based to crystalline. Can I do this in my lifetime, or is this something that will happen over generations? Here, I'll put this in the chat so you guys can see it. Okay. All right. So this is what we're doing. Oh, that. Here we go. So basically, the transformation from being carbon-based beings to crystalline beings. She says, can I do this in my lifetime, or is this something that will happen over generations? Norman, hello. So good to see you. So let's take a peek. I'm just going to look into her energy about this because she wants to know the answer to her. Okay. So, I mean, this is what I was feeling before. So when I read your questions, I get an impression, and then it's kind of like really focusing on your energy and not on mine so that I can make sure that that impression was really clear. But what I'm already feeling is like you are more crystalline than carbon. So yes, this can happen in your lifetime. It's really just you changing your perspective on who you are. Like, how are you identifying? Are you identifying as your multidimensional self, or are you more so identifying with the very little sliver of you that is, physical human? So that's really for you to feel into, like, oh, how am I perceiving myself? Because if you want to feel more crystalline, if you want to feel more free, right, and sovereign, then that is definitely available to you. Okay, and her second question is, about the shift, are we referring to a polar shift? Is this also happening in our lifetime? Okay, let me look for you. So basically, there will be a physical manifestation for every energetic change. That's how this place that we live in works. And what I'm kind of hearing from like Mother Earth is like there won't be a complete polar change, but that whole phenomena is really just the physical representation of the energetic change. The shift that I think people are talking about really is more of the shift that we just talked about with you is how are we identifying ourselves? Are we identifying ourselves as limited, human beings, or are we identifying as the whole of us? And that's really what is coming for you at this time. So I hope those answers were helpful. And if not, you happen to be here, then feel free to put that in the chat. Okay. So LH, I see your question. Is the person I am T? Oh, okay. You expanded. Is the person I'm attracted to strongly attracted to me? Okay. Let's take a look. And for all of you who weren't here last week, feel free to put any question that you'd like. I mean, as long as it's not like, offensive or anything in the chat. And I'm just going to go down in order. So feel free to put your question there and I'll eventually get to it. Okay. LH, is the person I'm attracted to strongly attracted to me? Let's see. It's interesting. Do they know you're strongly attracted to them? Because that's really what's coming up for me. They might be strongly attracted to you, but I don't think they know you're strongly attracted to them. Let me know. Let me know in the chat if that's true. We could look in some more. Okay. Corinne, I'm having a crazy time finding a car. Should I buy a Subaru? Well, let's see. It's funny. I'm not really getting car-sized vibes here. I'm getting something bigger. Is there something bigger that would be more useful to you? Like the shape of a Jeep or just something like a small SUV or something like that? Because what I'm feeling is something bigger. And maybe that's what you are looking for or want, but I don't know. Let me know. I'm feeling a bigger thing than a car. So if Subaru makes something like that, perhaps, but maybe something older that is bigger would be better suited for you. That's just what I'm getting. Corinna, am I with the right person? Ooh, this is such a juicy question. There are so many ways that this could go. All right. And she has prayer hands. So let's see. Corinna, I'm feeling like a loss, a loneliness in your heart. So either the person that you're with currently, you don't feel very close with, maybe that you don't feel like you can be open with or really intimate with, and so you're feeling lonely, or you have your eyes on someone else and therefore currently feeling a loss. Because I'm feeling like whoever is in your life right now, you aren't allowing yourself to feel fulfilled by or close to. And that's not necessarily about the other person. So that's really the thing here. You can't look to another person for validation and and belonging and love, if you look within yourself for those things, then it'll light up in whoever is around. So for those of you who don't know, like my partner and I, we were together for 7 years and then we broke up for 6 months because I was feeling that way too. I was feeling like, oh, I'm too different from him. It's not really working out. We were going like that because we were looking at our differences. And then we thought we had just broken up for good. And then 6 months later, we ended up getting back together. Um, and because we both looked for love in ourselves and we came back as two whole people, now we're looking at what does match up with us, and it really works. Like really, I mean, we didn't know it could work this good. So sometimes it's really not about the person, it's about you. But I am feeling like find a way to be open with yourself. Find a way to tell your truth to yourself, and then you'll feel more comfortable sharing your truth with others. And I think that could really benefit you. So hopefully that helps. Norman, have you read Shards of a Shattered Mirror book yet? I am reading it now. Love it. Blessings. I haven't even heard of that, Norman. And are you saying that's the second one? No, Shards of a Shattered Mirror. I'll definitely look it up, but no, I haven't. I haven't read it. What I'm reading right now is this, The Simple Path to Wealth. I've just been really into like learning about financial independence lately because I mean I've worked for myself for a really long time, as have you. Um, and I never really went farther than that. Like I felt free enough, and now I feel like, oh, I can feel more free. Yeah, that would be really cool. I'd like that. So that's what I'm into these days. But I'll look up that book. And thanks for coming. I'll just go to Norman again because he's right here. I'm a music producer. Will I be working with a huge artist like Taylor Swift in the future? I believe I will be. So let's take a look. And Moonchime, I'm not skipping you. I'll be right back. Well, you said like Taylor Swift. I'm not necessarily getting a match or like a resonance with Taylor Swift, but I'm definitely getting a resonance with like Kesha or um, like someone else with that kind of openness. Like people who are friends with Taylor Swift, absolutely. Even Katy Perry, like um, absolutely. Norman, yes, 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 yes. Okay, Moonchime. Do my spirit guides have a message for me or advice? Okay. Ooh, beautiful trees in your profile picture. Okay, let me take a sip of water. Okay, so as you found out last week, sometimes I get mysterious images as my answer. So, spirit guides are amazing, and oftentimes they will form themselves into whatever is most helpful. Sometimes it's looking like a person, sometimes it's looking like a mountain. In this case, it kind of looks like slime on a cave wall, like dripping slime in a cave wall. And so I don't know what that means to you, but if I was to guess the interpretation of that, it means like things happen over time. Like things grow even though you can't necessarily see the progress. There is a lot of foundational work that happens before we're able to see the results of that. So if you're trying to build something, grow something, um, you know, do something bigger in your life and you haven't seen a lot of movement or progress and maybe you're feeling hard on yourself right now, don't feel that way, because it's growing, it's multiplying, it's happening. Whatever idea you have, if it feels like it's in a cave, if it feels like it's inaccessible, stuff is happening, it's working, it's growing. So that is the message that I got from your guide today. Okay, and Corinne says, thanks. I'm looking for a hatchback or a crossover. Yeah, so a crossover is kind of like the shape that I was seeing. Um, if you have another question about that, let me know. Okay. Oh, Norman. Okay, so that book he was mentioning is Daryl Anka's book. There's a part one and a two. Amazing. ET and future stuff. So, yeah, so Daryl Anka channels the being Bashar, if you guys have heard of that. I used to listen to Bashar a lot. In fact, Norman spotted me in a video that was recorded at a Bashar conference in Sedona. Um, and yeah, it's been a long time since he changed his copyright rules. I haven't really caught up on much. I think I bought like one or two recordings back in the day, but I haven't done that in a long time. And so, yeah, but I'll definitely check out his books. Oh, okay. So, Alyssa, I will get to you in a sec, but Karina has a response. She says, wow, this is exactly what I've been struggling with in my relationship. I feel like I need more connection. It's lacking. We agreed to see a counselor. We'll see how that goes. Thank you. Well, you're so welcome. I mean, I can really relate. It's like once we get this idea in our head that our partner won't accept us, and I don't know if that's like right now, I'm just talking as me, not necessarily as you, but um, we get this in our head that we're too different from our partner, or they won't accept us, or there's something in between, right? There's something keeping us from being really close. Maybe it's fear, maybe it's our body image, maybe it's something. Then it's really hard to reach out and to feel relaxed and close with someone. So good luck, and I hope that this gets rectified with you. But again, what I was getting for you is really to focus on being a safety zone for yourself. Accept yourself, accept whatever it is that your preferences are and what you want to do with your life and who you are. And that will carry over to everyone else. So, hope that helps. Okay. Alyssa, thanks for popping in. She says, I would like to ask how Jordan truly feels for me. Will he one day decide to propose to me? Thank you very much. All right, let's take a look. So, I don't know if this is something that you've been feeling or not, but it's almost like you guys don't have a ton in common, or if I'm just feeling like a little bit of like you're here and he's here and there's kind of like this field. It's almost like you're on a football field and like you're not holding hands, you're not together. He's looking in your direction, but there's a little bit of space. So at the moment, I'm not feeling like a proposal necessarily. I feel like there's more to learn about each other. Like there's a way to be closer before that happens. So let me see if I get anything else. I feel like you see the big picture. So what I'm seeing right now is you really close up, your face really big, almost like looking out your eyes. Um, and you're seeing him, but he's kind of in like he's a small person in a big field. And so he doesn't necessarily get the big picture yet. Maybe it's a discussion you guys can have. Maybe you can say, like, if you haven't already, well, this is where I want to go. This is what I'm hoping will happen. What about you? Like, do you ever want to get married? Again, you might have had that conversation already, but what I'm just saying is like you're more focused on that, and he feels like there's space and there's time for that. And thanks for coming. Oh, thank you, Karina. So if you guys didn't notice, I have memberships available today. I just turned that on, and yeah, that's so cute. Thank you. You could see the little button under the video. Okay. Oh, I missed one. I missed a couple. Sorry, that distracted me. That was really fun. All right. Nameless. At first I thought that was a pile of skulls, but I think is it like, what is it? Hot dogs wrapped in dough? I don't know. But your profile picture is intriguing me. It looks like food now, but okay. Is the government for or against us? I love this question because this is something that consumed me very much in my 20s and probably early 30s. So let's take a look. Let's take a look for you. You know, it's funny when I look into your energy, like with that kind of question, you would think that I would feel a lot of like defensiveness or I don't know, but I feel very light. You are very bright and light, and I feel like in your worldview currently, the government is not against you. So you have the perspective. I feel like you you have the optimal perspective of you know you're a creator. Like you know that you can't be victimized. And if you don't consciously know that yet, that's really, really, really who you are. And it's very apparent in your energy. You are a bright being. You have a lot of joy in your energy. And if you don't feel that yet, yeah, it's there. So the government, see, when you know you're a creator, it doesn't matter what others' intentions are. You will only receive the positive of whatever is out there. And even if like something shitty comes your way that you might have been focusing on earlier, like, you know, even if something that you don't want happens to you, it doesn't derail you like it used to. And so I wouldn't worry about whatever is, you know, what other intentions are happening. Just focus on you and what you want in your life and what you want to create. And maybe you've ran into the thing where people have called you selfish before, or um or you have felt selfish yourself for just focusing on you and what you want, but that's what we're here to do. When we are really lit up, when we are really inspired, when we're doing what makes us feel good, then that carries over to others and that inspires them to do the same thing. So, and everything works out. So just keep focusing on yourself. If you feel defensive, if you feel victimized, then tap into your own energy because your own energy is really incredible. So, yes. Also, if you want to know a little bit more about this, I have a video called Are Lizard People and Conspiracy Theories Real? That you might enjoy watching. Okie dokie. So Corinne says, I've been manifesting a reliable car that can be kind of buddy. I've got to buy one in the next few days and I'm just stressed out about finding it. Should I just pull the trigger? Well, let's look for you. And then I have some advice on that. Again, so it's funny. So I feel like there's just more fear and hesitation in general for you, but that you have seen a couple things that could work. And I'm not sure what you mean of By buddy. Kind of buddy. I don't know. Let me know. Maybe I'm just missing something. When I see Buddy, I think of my cat who I call Buddy, and I think of Buddy the elf from Elf. But I'm sure that's not what you mean. so you've seen a couple things that could work. Maybe they were older or like had more miles than you were looking for, but I'm not seeing a problem in your energy. So maybe you're just too afraid of making the wrong decision. Because if you have fear about making the wrong decision in your energy, it will feel like you're making the wrong decision no matter what you do. So my advice would be to just relax and to know that you can't make the wrong decision right now. Especially if you're relaxed, you're happy, you're okay. Like remind yourself, I'm okay, I'm supported, I have a higher self, like I'm riding the good vibes train. As weird as that sound, like get yourself to a place where you know that you are the creator being and nothing can go wrong for you. And then you'll make the best decision that you can make, right? If there is going to be a vehicle with a problem, you'll very likely avoid that because you're not going to be in a negative place anymore. You're not going to be in a fearful place. Because what happens when you do something out of fear, like if you don't ditch the fear and you just buy anyway, you're going to have a bumpier time. So even if the car is reliable, maybe the registration gets lost or it doesn't pass emission or something like that. So I would try to line up with it before you make a decision, before you pull the trigger. Like get on the page with doing it before you do it, and that will make the whole thing a lot easier and like much more smooth for you. Okay. Thanks. Okay. Love heart. Hey, do you see I will enter a relationship with AN? Thank you. Okay, let us look. Yeah, I do. Yeah. I mean, provided that this is AN, but that's what I'm asking. So I'm seeing two people close together, snuggly, and very, very happy. So I would say yes. Okay, and Alyssa coming back about Jordan. Sorry, it jumps. Norman, that's so kind of you. Thank you. Alyssa says, yes, exactly. I guess I'm sort of asking what his true feelings for me are and what will happen for us ultimately. Will he decide to get back together with me in a committed relationship within the next year, move in together again? Okay, so you were separate or you are a little bit separate right now. That makes sense. Will he decide to get back together with me in a committed relationship within the next year? Let's take a look. More water. You guys, it's already been half an hour. These are so much fun. Oh, Alyssa says, sorry if I'm spamming, but YouTube has a word limit. Not a problem. Okay. I don't know. So I feel like I'm not necessarily seeing you guys together, but I'm not necessarily seeing you apart. I'm seeing you talking, I'm seeing you communicating and trying to get on the same page, but I don't know. And I would ask yourself, is this the feeling that I'm looking for? So he might be the guy you're looking for, which is great. You don't have to change that idea, but is the is the not knowing or the indecision on his part, is that what you're looking for? Because you could give yourself the best possible scenario to know what is going to happen with him by focusing on how you want to feel. So, like, let's say you really want him to move back in and you want him to live with you and you want him to propose, and that you feel like that is the best case scenario and that's the life that you want. What would that feel like? Would that feel relaxing? Would that feel exciting? Would that feel like security? Would that feel romantic? Like, how would that feel to you? Imagine the scenario. Imagine him living with you, you know, the ring on the finger, or you're married, like whatever it is that you want. And just try to feel like, oh, this would feel so good. This would feel blah, blah, blah. Fill in the blanks. Sorry. And go there as often as you can. So when you start to wonder about what he's going to be doing, because again, you can't live his, you can't make his decision for him, so that's kind of wasted energy. But if you go to the place where you can go, which is how you feel the way you want to feel instead of worried or wondering, then you've got more control over the situation. And if there is a reality in which he would want to live with you and be that man for you, then he has the attraction to do it. Because sometimes when we're wondering about someone, or we're wanting something from someone, there can be a repelling. Have you ever felt that? Any of you? Like, someone wants you so badly and you're just like, no, I can't do it. That's really common. So if you relax, if you focus on yourself, if you focus on the feeling of what you want your life to be, you open the door for that person to come in easily. So that's what I would suggest for you, because it's not a no. It's just an unknown right now. And that would give you your best chance of that actually happening. So good luck with that. I hope you get exactly what you want. Okie dokie. And Judith. Oh, Jessica. Sorry, I missed you, Jessica. I'll go back to you in a second. Judith, hello. You're another longtime watcher. It's so good to see you here. What are my gifts in this life? Ooh, let's take a look. First, iced tea. Okay. Ooh, Judith. Oh, you feel wise, like ancient wise. Like, if you were living in a village, you would be like the wise elder that everyone would come to for advice, and you would know exactly what to say to them, whether it was a story or just, like straight up, this is what you should do. I just feel this like beautiful, solid, like really solid, but flowing energy. Like, feels like a butterfly riding a current, like beauty and ease and groundedness. Like, I would guess maybe, and I'm not into astrology, so we're not gonna like go there, but you're either like a Taurus or a Sagittarius or something. Like, you have a very earthy energy, but you also have that really beautiful spiritual connection that's wide open. I mean, your color there is purple in your profile, but I feel this deep royal purple for you as like a great embodiment color. And if I had to give you any advice, because sometimes people with your energy can feel a little bit of imposter syndrome. Like, my mom is very similar to you, and that she was always like the counselor of my friends growing up. Like, she always just knew exactly what to say to people. She had this beautiful, calm wisdom always coming out of her. I mean, she still does. Um, and she didn't give value to that because it felt so natural to her. I think for you, you might feel like, who am I to be offering people advice, or who am I to know this, or who am I to um, do something professional with this. Just because you didn't have to learn it in this lifetime, doesn't mean it's not valuable, you know? Like you're here listening to me right now. I didn't learn this in this lifetime, right? I came in with this too. So I would just say, like, this is coming right from your guides, actually. Just trust yourself, value yourself, value yourself, value yourself. You have incredible gifts, and whether you just use them for you or for others as well, it doesn't matter, but value it. Value yourself. Okay. That's what I'm majorly seeing for you. Okay, Jessica, sorry to skip you. I left my career recently and I'm searching for side jobs and new option for employment. What direction should I go next? Thanks. Okay, and I had to say thank you, Alyssa. That's really sweet. Okay, Jessica. All right, let's take a look. So, I mean, I don't know if this is true for you, but I'm seeing a teacher. I don't know if you are a teacher, if you've ever thought about being a teacher, but like little kids, like maybe first grade or around there, would be like you would just be a natural at that. Um, Animals, like if there's a like a pet sitting app available near you, not pet sitting necessarily, but like the dog walking stuff you can do freelance, like from this app. Um, that might be fun for you. I feel like it's easiest for you to like be active when you're working. So I don't necessarily see you like at a desk writing for someone else or like, doing admin stuff, although you could. But I'm definitely seeing a somewhat active, maybe imaginative thing for you. So those are the things that are coming to mind right now. But oh, if you can, if that does sound interesting, like teaching and little kids, there are a lot of companies looking for English teachers to Chinese students, like little kids. You can log on like early in the morning, from your own computer and like read books in English to Chinese kids and help them learn English in that way. And all you need to do is like be animated and read books to little kids, and you can get paid pretty well for that. So another idea, but I would say along that lines feels like the easiest thing for you and your energy. But again, you're capable of doing anything. So hope that helps. Thanks. Okay. Um, all right. So we got some. Oh, okay. So Corinne says, by buddy, I mean something that I can take care of and can take care of me. We can live life together. That's really cute. I love that. I name all my vehicles too. My current minivan camper is Pearl, and I just drive her everywhere, and I feel the same way. Even if I'm just like the other day, I got lost coming back from the library, which is really silly because I go there all the time. And I parked in this parking lot at a park, and I just like laid down for a couple minutes in the back, and it was really fun. So I totally feel you there. And I hope you can find a buddy too. Oh, Karina. Okay, so thanks. You're welcome. I'm so excited to be a member and happy to support. You are truly gifted. When will you do another one of these? Loving this. Plus, I have more questions. Well, as long as I'm here, put a question in. You can ask more than one. And I hope to do these every Friday because I'm really enjoying these. So, yeah, maybe we'll see you next week too. Okay, Corinne, thank you. It's been a journey and I've gotten knocked down a bit lately. Thank you for your advice. Yes. You know, a lot of people have been saying that lately, that the last few weeks especially have been really intense. And just don't forget who you are, right? You are a creator being, you're multidimensional, you are connected to source at all times, you are refillable energy wise. Just take a moment to like look at yourself and like see that you're love and reconnect, even, meditate for a couple seconds, couple minutes, whatever time you have, and just feel that feeling again of who you really are. And that really helps. That's what helps me. That's what I suggest to my clients. It's easy to get wrapped up in everything that we see outside of us and to forget who we are, but um you know and that happens from time to time. Like, it's definitely going to happen, but we are bigger than this, right? We are the creators of all this, so we definitely have a leg up there. Okay, and Love Heart says, wow, thank you. I'm glad you see things developing between us. Me too. It was such a beautiful sight. Yeah, so be positive, be yourself, don't be afraid, don't be shy. And yeah, it looks amazing. Okay, so Alyssa, we had a 2-year relationship. He hurt me horribly, and I walked away. 4 months, no contact. I came in with forgiveness, and now we are lightly talking again. Security, 100%, that he loves me the way I love him. I've put in years of effort, went through so much. Just want to know if he loves me or if he's using me. I don't feel like he's using you. Not at all. I just feel like maybe you guys have different views of the future. Um, Thank you for your amazing guidance. I do have another question. Why did Eric message me on Facebook saying, hey, this is not a love interest? It was very random from this individual. Let's take a look. I think it was just one of those, like, you know, someone is feeling a little bit wanting attention, you know what I mean? Just like throwing out an opening there. So I wouldn't look too far into it. People get in moods sometimes where they just want a little like validation, a little friendliness from someone, like a virtual smile. And so yeah, I wouldn't read too much into it, because that moment might have passed for them. But that's just like what was in the moment for that person. Okie dokie. Guillaume, how can I manifest a lot of money in a short space of time? I love this question from you, Guillaume, because you keep asking it, which means you keep wanting it, which is the perfect thing. Oh, and I will share, Guillaume, I know this book is not about getting a lot of money in a little time. This is more about like how to make even a little money bigger over time. So kind of the opposite, but so far it's really good. But let's take a look. Okay, so this is interesting. So what I'm feeling is to kind of become a publicity machine about your books. So for those of you who don't know, Guillaume writes mostly like fictional erotica, and um, a lot of people read that. A lot of people read that. But maybe they just don't know about you, or maybe they don't know about it. And it's kind of like it's not something everyone talks about, right? Like sex is something, and I haven't read your book, so I don't know if that's all it's about, but um like sex is still taboo in so many places, and you could capitalize on that. Like maybe go online and get a book press release template. I could even send one to you, and fill it out in like a really fun, scandalous way, right? Like pick a particular book that you have and make it about the characters in the book, um, and and send it out. Like you don't even need to pay for any of that. You can just find some like local news outlets on their email addresses online. You could find, and everything's virtual now, so you don't have to even go local. But if you go local, they have a better chance of actually like picking it up, doing something with it, and maybe frame it as a escape from the crazy world. Maybe just frame it as like, your books are available, whatever happens to come to your mind. But I would just have fun with it. Do an intuitive art drawing to say like, what tone should I use for this, or what take should I use? Like, what is the easiest way for me to accomplish this? And I would just become a publicity machine. Send out your press release, offer to send samples to the press. Because that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like you're a bolt of energy coming out, like you're a fireball of like sharing what it is that you do. And the good thing is that you've already written the books, they're already available for sale. And so it's scalable. You don't have to do any more work to make more money doing, selling these books, and except for promoting, right? But like, it's the same amount of work for you if one person buys from that, or if 10,000 people buy from that effort, right? So that's what I'm feeling like. Really get behind what you've done, really get behind who you are and what you've already accomplished, and just share about it unapologetically. I think that's what I'm feeling anyway. So I know that might seem like a big task, so feel free to ask more questions. But and if you want me to send you that template of a book press release, I'm happy to do so. Okay. So Judah says, you're right on so far. Jacob, Tammy, Gemini, how do you have Mercury in Taurus? I don't know what that means. I'm not sure. If I'm supposed to know, let me know. Make me cry with joy. Crying with joy is a very good thing. Okay. Hello, Carries. Sorry if I'm not getting it right. Greeting, hello, love. Can you tell me if I will be successful with my new business? Let's take a look. Okay. So what I'm feeling is, I'm feeling like this nice little pile, like a little pile on a desk of things. And you will either be benefited by organization or your current organization. Yeah, no, that's what I'm feeling. I think organize yourself a little bit more. Automate a little bit more. I think that's what's going to help you tremendously, is just a little more organization, a little more automating. So I'm kind of seeing like you have all these metaphorical cards on a desk and they're really good. But if you put them in a couple little piles, they're more organized. It's easier for you to know what they are. It's easier for your clients or customers or whoever is coming to you to know what they are. And then you can automate things. So I'm feeling the word automate and organize really heavily for you. So yes, absolutely, you can be totally incredibly successful with your business, but I'm feeling organize and automate, and that will make it so much easier. So let me know if that helps. Dina, any impressions about my upcoming writing projects, including when I work with you, if that's what's coming up? So yes, Dina is helping me tremendously right now on a pilot that I'm writing. And she's a genius. So let's take a look. Well, first of all, Dina, I'm seeing you laughing. So I think the comedy stuff is definitely like where your heart lies at the moment. Like you're laughing, you're relaxed, you are getting attention. So go with that. Go with ease. Go with funny. Go with your natural personality. Don't give it like don't give it meaning. Don't try to put anything else in it. Just let it be light and comedy and funny and you. So that's the impression I'm getting. Yeah. Yeah. Easy. Easy flowing out of you, funny, light comedy. That's what I'm getting. And whether that's new, I feel like it is the new thing you've been thinking about. But it's also definitely applies to me and what I'm writing and what you are helping me write. Yeah. Okay. Alyssa, there is another woman, C, that I'm worried he will choose over me ultimately. I don't know if he thinks seriously highly of her or if they were just a fling. I love him with everything I have. I can tell. I can tell. So instead of looking in about them, because I don't know, I don't really like doing that. I don't really like looking into other people's energy. Like if they're not here, I can look at a relationship, but if you're in it, right? In this case, it's kind of not really about you. So just focus on you. Focus on you and what makes you happy. And that way, if there is a better person, someone that will be easier and will be, more of a joy in your life, they can come in. Because right now, they wouldn't be able to come in. They wouldn't be able to get into your world because you'd be too focused on someone else in a more negative way. So you can do it. You can relax. You can know that you deserve to feel good. You deserve to feel good regardless of who else is in your life, right? So focus on you feeling good, and then whoever will amplify you feeling good can come in. Okay. Love heart. May I ask what AN thinks of me if you have time to answer? Let's take a look. I mean, I just get smiles. Like I get smiles and I get smiles. I mean, that's like the overwhelming energy and the overwhelming vision and feeling, just like they're just happy. Like happy, relaxed, even a little um like admiration. I see. Yeah, all good things. Oh, okay. Sorry, it jumped. Okay. Karina, thank you. How many spirit guides do I have, and do they have a message for me? And I just want to shout out, I'm seeing Liz and Badil. Thanks for coming. Um, I will be able to get to you in a second. I don't plan on leaving at the hour, so stick around, hang on, and we'll just keep going. Okay. How many spirit guides do you have, and do they have a message? Let's see. So we basically have an unlimited number of spirit guides, but for you, like there's a main three. So I wouldn't limit yourself to that because they come and go. They come in on project basis and you know, and that kind of thing. So, but I'd say you have three main ones. You you have like a shapeshiftery type guide. Um, you have a very strong angelic guide who just made me twitch. I love that. My left knee just twitched in case that means something to you. And is like very of the like Raphael energy. Um, although I say that because I see red, but some people equate Michael with red. I'm not an angel expert, so I'm feeling Raphaelish. I'm feeling red, if that means anything to you. And then the other one I feel like is a little less defined, but still a guide nonetheless. Um, let's see if they have messages because that would be fun. Okay. They are giving me a feeling of strength. Like they're kind of trying to remind you that you have a strong path, you have a strong energy, you have a strong desire to be in a certain realm of work, of life, of where you feel best. And sometimes you can look you can get distracted, you can look in other directions, but you have a core, you have a strong sense of yourself and where you want to be and who you want to be around and all of that. And they're just reminding you of that. They're sending a strong anchor for you to be where you want to be. It's not like you're away from it. You just sometimes look away from it. So they're reminding you that you can be where you want to be. You can have what you want to have. You are strong. You are a big, bold energy, and you can have your life be exactly how you want it to be. So that is their message. Hello again, Carries. Do you see me in van life? My business set up will be mobile. I just need a break from thinking so much about it. Anything you can tell me will be much appreciated. Absolutely. I know the feeling, when I lived on the road for a while and I traveled for a couple of years for most of the year, and I had to automate my business before that happened, and I spent a lot of time doing it. It was complicated in my mind. It wasn't necessarily hard to do, like logistics wise, but it can be overwhelming, especially if you're trying to set up van life and your business at the same time. Okay. Yeah. So the feeling I'm getting is just like it's okay to relax. You don't have to know all the answers. Um, I am feeling good about van life for you. I'm feeling that it might provide a break, a relaxation, a relief. A relief is really the word. Relief. How does that feel to you? Do you need relief? Do you need that feeling of just like, okay, I'm alone. I'm here. Like I can do it. I'm okay. Then I would say yes, van life would be very good for you. And the business automation will help you feel relief because it does cut down on the steps that you need to take physically every day, right? So, but don't think you need to have all those answers right now. What I'm feeling is just like you focus on what feels best to you right now. Feel like getting your setup or whatever. Do what feels easiest is really what's coming. Do what feels easiest to you. Everything will come to you. That is what I'm feeling. Okay. Eric, the one that messaged me, is Jordan's recent old roommate and the girl Jordan cheated on me with. Eric is one of her best friends. I feel he's trying to message me for info about me. Maybe, but I would say it doesn't really matter. So focus on you and how you feel because whatever someone else's intention might be, you don't need to play into that, right? It's up to you. So I know this feels all consuming right now, but it's really about you and your life and how you want to feel. So you can take ownership of that. Okay, Guillaume says yes, he would like a template. I will send that to him. Corinne, Am I pursuing profitable career paths? Well, I mean, my first gut instinct is to say that any career path can be profitable. Like, we're on YouTube right now, and some people get paid, a lot of people get paid millions of dollars to play video games, right? So any career path can be profitable. There are millionaire iced tea makers, there are millionaire authors, there are profitable um, like fancy pen makers. So any career path that you could possibly choose can be profitable. But let me take a look and see if there's any specific guidance. So for you, what I'm feeling is yes, there is a lot of potential in what you are pursuing, but it's up to you. I'm feeling like there's a little bit of rebellion against owning the desire for wealth and ease. So, do you have any beliefs in you that are like, I'm afraid of sales, or sales is bad, or making money is greedy, or I'm, I wouldn't be comfortable like showing off wealth, like, you know, you might not think any of that is there, but like I have a friend who got a really fancy car and she was afraid to drive it in public. She was afraid to be seen in it. And she didn't realize that, or she wouldn't have bought the car, right? Like sometimes we just have these things inside of us that we're not even aware of. So I would practice, like, what kind of lifestyle are you looking for? What would you do with your profits? Would you be an investor? Would you save everything? Would you upgrade your home? Would you, like, whatever you would want to do with your money? I would say, okay, if I had all this money right now, if my career was already profitable to the extent that I want right now, how would my life be? What would I do with that money? And then sit in it, like practice it, like be in that for a little bit. Imagine yourself there and see how you feel. Like, would you be afraid to talk to your friends about it? Do you have other wealthy friends that you could talk to? Or do you need to add that into your imagination? Like, oh, and this comes with a new friend group that I would be comfortable talking about money with. Like, so just try to put yourself in that position as best you can. And that way you can erode those limiting beliefs before they're really in your way. And that way your profitable career can emerge. Hope that helps. That could help everybody. Hi, Liz. I don't know what L means, or if it just means, maybe it means love. I don't know. You guys, if you haven't noticed, I'm not totally up on all the lingo. I'm sorry. um, okay. Bodil, hello. I am making a proposal for a potential client and feel like doing proposal in partnership. There's two options for potential partners: another consultant or a business, or just do it alone. Okay, let's see. Okay. So what I'm feeling immediately is like you handing off a lot of the work. And whether that is an admin that you like, you're letting someone else do your contracts or your onboarding or like the paperworky stuff, I'm feeling you are handing over the work, and perhaps even some of the coaching work or computer work or like whatever is involved in this client. I'm feeling like you're involved, but you're not the primary deliverer slash administrator. So maybe you're getting the contracts, you're getting the proposals signed, but someone else is delivering the work. So if that's what you're talking about, then I would say, yeah, that feels really aligned for you. Definitely. Ooh, so Judith, you've been trying to contact your guides. That's incredible. If you all watching didn't know, I have a psychic development course on this channel that's free. And it has a section in there about talking to your spirit guides. So if you want to go check that out, feel free. Pretty sure you could find it by like being on my channel page and then searching psychic development, and you'll be able to find it. Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you. And Liz, yes, any advice is always welcomed. Yeah, let's take a look. I love peeking into your energy, Liz, because every time I do, it's like it's so expansive and solid and strong and organized. Like right now I'm feeling I don't really have like a geode with like the lines. You know how like the amethyst ones have like lines and there's like different colors, but that's how I'm feeling your energy. There's like this bright spot in the middle, and then like you're an organized crystalline, like Linda was asking about earlier, being, and you are masquerading as a human, but that's not really who you are. And I feel like you're identifying more and more with the bigger part of you. And just keep going, keep going. And if you feel like making art about that, or to process, or writing about it to process, or creating in any way, like that's really going to help your energy flow too. And it'll help you learn more about what's happening to you. Because I feel like you know what's happening, but it's hard to put into words sometimes, which is understandable. So maybe putting it into visual or letting the words flow through you will be really fun. So don't feel discouraged. You might feel a little separate from people right now. In fact, I think you were talking about that the other day. But yeah, this is an incredible time of exploration for you, because you're so good at bringing yourself in and really just have fun, explore, be free, be creative, and that will really help you ground this in a way that you feel more embodied about it. Oh, love heart, you're so welcome. Liz, you're so welcome. Jessica, I had to go back and rewatch your answer to my question. I was picking up my daughter from school. You were spot on with my career. I was and am a teacher. I have been looking into all you mentioned. Oh, that's so good. Okay, so excellent. I mean, if you're already looking into it, and that's what I'm picking up on, it probably means it's the easiest thing for you to go for right now. So for you know do that, but like I said as well, there's nothing out of reach for you. So if you think of something else, like your own business that you want to start, or you want to change careers and learn something new, like there's no limit to what you can do. What Love Heart asked about AN is what I've been trying to ask. What does Jay think of me? I am focusing on myself and my son. I've taken steps toward my healing journey, but I would love to know. Yeah, I mean, well, that's really what the first question was about. Like, I just feel like there's a little bit of separation. Like he's looking at you and he sees you, and obviously he has feelings for you, but I think there's more confusion and there's more questions than that clarity that like AN and Love Heart had. There was less complication in that scenario than there is here. So that's why I keep putting it back on you, because you're really the one that gets to decide. Um and yeah, I know I wish I had better news for you. I really do, but that's just what I see. So, Jessica, I just wanted to say how accurate you are. Animals is definitely a wonderful idea. And yes, no desk jobs for me. I love the outdoors and being active. Nice. Yeah. So, well, thank you, first of all. But I'm really glad that that resonated for you. Sometimes we just need validation. Like sometimes we already know what's working for us or what we want to do. But a lot of times we can think, oh, I can't do that, or that's too easy, or there must be a different thing for me. But often it's just whatever's easiest, whatever flows, whatever we're already good at, that is the best way forward. So sometimes a little validation can really go a long way, which I know because I love it when I get it too. Okay, so Judith, I am a Gemini, but I do have my Mercury in Taurus. Anyway, I get it. Okay, thank you. But I'm curious as to how to better contact your guides. Yeah. So, I mean, the biggest thing with contacting spirit guides is to remember that in any kind of conversation, we ask a question and then we wait for a response. But if we keep asking, no response can come back in. So imagine that you're like, for everyone, if you have a corner in your room, like a corner in the ceiling, that's usually a darker spot. So if you look up into the corner and you just kind of like blank out and stare at it, you'll see that it starts to get fuzzy. All right. So the fuzziness is the energy in the room. And that's also what your spirit guide is most likely going to look like to you at first if you try to see it. So if you stare in the corner and you see a little sparkle or a little thread or a color, that is more energy. That's usually a being moving around. Your own aura will do that. And so that's a way that you can kind of keep a lookout. You can ask your guide to come. Guide, come, stand, float in the corner. Let me see you. And like wait for one of those things to happen. A little sparkle, a little thread. Like it looks like a beautiful piece of silk moving, or a color move around. Not everyone sees color, so don't be discouraged if you don't. But start to play around with it. And then if you ask a question, just like, guide, what would you like me to know? That's kind of an open-ended thing. So that might be harder to hear, but guide, are you here? You might feel the answer in your body. You might hear the answer in your head in your own voice. You might get goosebumps. You might smell something, right? There are all these ways that psychic information can come to you, and you need to be open to receive it, right? Like ask the question, be open to hear the response. So that's just a little bit of how you can maybe make it easier on yourself. You could also do automatic writing, right? Like type in a question, wait for the feeling to type, and then type the response. That doesn't work for everybody, but it could work for you. And then, check out my psychic development class here on YouTube. It's free, and maybe that helps too. Okay. So Caris says much relief is needed. Yeah, that's mainly what I was feeling for you. So unplug, van life, get yourself organized. You're going to feel a lot better, and you don't have to do it all at once. Oh, and I'm really glad that you enjoyed the answer. Hello, Sprazak Derek. How long this upside down world will last? Oh, well, I mean, like speaking in general terms first, everyone is going to have access to a world that is upside down, and everyone is going to have access to their own reality of their own choosing, which could be upside down or could be not upside down, right? So everyone has the choice to create their own reality. And in fact, you can't live in this world and think anything else, because people definitely live in their own reality, right? You might agree with some of them, you might not agree with some of them, but to them, that is their truth, right? So, but let me take a look for you. Let me see if you had any other questions. two roads. Do we suppose to find a third one? So I see your vibe here, but let me just see if there's anything for you specifically about that. What I'm getting from your energy is just like you are a strong leader. You are someone who I feel like you're like Merlin. You're like the philosopher. Just do you. Just keep doing you. Like you're going to notice everything, but you don't have to be part of everything. It's like, have you heard that saying, you are you are in this world, but you are not of this world, or something like that? That's you, right? I mean, that's all of us, but that's really you. You're a strong energy. You're a leader energy. Not everyone listens to you. You might actually have a lot of bounce back, but like from especially maybe family members or kids or something like that. But you don't need to worry about the world. Just focus on what you want. You are probably always going to be observant of the world and to know what's going on, but it doesn't have to affect your life necessarily. So just keep doing you. Keep being strong. Keep being smart and sharp like you are, and nothing will be able to really ruffle you. Oh, Liz said sorry typo, probably about the L, but that's okay. We love that. Um, Thank you for the live long and prosper. I love Star Trek too. Thank you from Corinne. Alyssa, when did you realize you had psychic abilities? How did you know? That's a tough one because um, looking back on my childhood, I was always talking to spirits and insects in my backyard. And like I had an invisible brother, Matt. Some people have invisible friends. What do they call them? I don't know. Invisible friends? Like make believe friends? No, there's a word for it. I don't know if I'm using the right word, but I had an invisible brother, Matt, and he would go everywhere with me. My parents knew about him. He'd sit at the table with us when we were eating dinner. We'd play on the swing set in the back, and like I just remember always talking to him, and I can still like he's a real being, and I think when kids have these invisible friends, they're real beings as well. I think for some reason I just never like grew out of it. I think all kids are born this way. And I was like lucky enough to not lose it. When did I realize it was different? I think, um, well, I slept over my friend Kelly's house when I was a kid, probably like 7 or 8 years old. And these angel looking things would come down from the corners of the room at night and kiss us on the forehead when we'd go to sleep. And I grew up Catholic, but I didn't really know. I don't know. I was terrified, is what I'm trying to say. Is like it was an absolutely terrifying thing, and I was really scared. And I knew that was different. I didn't tell anyone about that because that was like really bizarre and weird, and I knew that that was different. So I think I kind of knew then, but it wasn't really until my grandpa died when I was like 11 or 12, and he just showed up in my bedroom that I really knew, like, oh, this is actually a thing. And I would tell my parents, my grandma, and like everyone knew at that point in my family, like, oh, okay, this is really what's going on with her. And that was really cool. And since then, at parties and events with my family, they're like, okay, who's here? What relatives stopping by now? And we can have conversations about it. And that was like, I mean, almost 30 years ago that happened. So that is, I think, how I figured it out and how my family figured it out. We didn't call me psychic until then, basically. Okay. And thanks for asking. Deal. Thanks, Rachel. I really want to hand off most of the work, but not sure if giving it to this other consultant or the business I'm in contact with. I want to get a piece of the pie. Yes, I mean, definitely keep a piece of the pie. Let me see. Okay. I mean, what I'm saying is like you are at the top of the pyramid. And not to make it like a pyramid scheme reference, but like if you're getting the client and you're orchestrating how the work is getting done, you're still the leader of that situation. And so absolutely you would be getting a piece of the pie. So I would look into how are you valuing yourself in this scenario, and make sure that you're seeing yourself as a leader, because you can negotiate lower rates with those other entities because you get the customer, right? So I would take a look into like, how am I seeing myself? And am I seeing myself in a powerful way? You know, what would feel good to me? What percent would feel good to me? And what could I reach out with to these other entities that would feel good to me? And just play around with it, you know? Oh, so fun to be here with Liz and everyone. I know, I agree. Oh my God, it's been almost an hour and a half. I didn't even realize. This is how much fun I'm having. Okay. So I think I am going to end it soon. So I will just, I'll go up to Karina's last comment and then call it a day. But hopefully I'll see you again next week. I will make the like the video announcement thing when I have it up. Okay, Alyssa, what career path do you see me being most successful in? Let's see. Oh, I see you being successful with like creative, colorful, like I don't know if you're a makeup artist or a stylist, or if you have anything to do with those arenas, like film and TV styling, maybe even like film and TV jobs, like in a different capacity, like set designer. Um, but I'm seeing color, I'm seeing composition, creativity would be a really good fit for you, which is really, really cool. Judith, do you see my psychic abilities getting stronger? Well, yes, I do, because your energy, it's already there for you. It's already there for you. You already have the strongest of foundations for it. It's going to feel so easy to you. The hardest thing you're going to have a time with is letting yourself be right. That is the hardest thing. When it's so easy, it's so easy to doubt yourself, like, oh, it can't be this easy, or that sounds like me, that can't be true. It comes so fast, that can't be the answer. So that's what you're going to have to look out for. You're going to have to trust yourself. You're going to have to find a way. So practice when there's no stakes, like practice on friends, practice on you, practice following your intuition, seeing how it pans out. Just like no pressure practice is going to really help you out a lot. Okay. Hello. Hi, Gina. Can I please get your insight into the man I will marry? Let's take a look. So, I mean, I'm getting something kind of weird. I'm feeling a little I'm feeling a little heavy about it. Like, I don't know if you've been married and it didn't go very well, or if you have had like maybe like not so good experiences with guys or partners in particular. But I don't think I'm at the point yet where I'm seeing a happy relationship for you. And maybe you're working through some issues, or maybe you will need to work through some issues before that is coming up. But And I wish I could tell you something better. So if I'm totally off, that's perfectly okay. Just know that what I'm feeling is a little bit heavier. I'm feeling like there's kind of a lump. A lump maybe isn't the best, because maybe it's just a lump. And maybe I'm feeling a lump because you had a lump before and that's what you're expecting again. So again, but yeah, I'm not feeling the best thing ever. So just check that. Like, what am I carrying forward from the past, or what am I expecting? Am I expecting the best? Am I expecting to be treated amazingly? So just take a look at that. You are welcome, Mr. Spreezak Derek. I'm not sure. Sorry about your names, guys. All right. Thank you. I'm obviously doing Nobody Else Smells. Imaginary friends. Yes, that is it, Guillaume. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Imaginary friends. A lot of kids have imaginary friends. And Judith, thank you. I will check out your class. Awesome. Yeah, it's there. It's there for everybody. Karina, thank you. Looking forward to next week. Thank you so much. It was so fun to have you here. Thanks for being a member. And Liz, to Bodil, it really is. I thought he knew I was attracted. No contact for a while. Thank you. Okay. Yes, I remember. Yes, from the beginning. No contact for a while. Well, that's the thing. Sometimes we think we're being obvious, and sometimes we are obvious. But if it's been a little while, people think we've moved on or changed. But everyone has their own insecurities too. So don't be. That's why I think with you, I've been saying, like, don't be afraid, don't be shy, like, let yourself be known. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, Gina, I've not had good experiences, but never been married. So I could tell. So define what it is that you're looking for. Like, how do you want to feel in a relationship? Because at the moment, it seems like you're still carrying that attractive energy to the person you don't want. So maybe you're still focusing more on what you don't want instead of on what you do want. Focusing on what you do want will make you feel excited and clear and happy and expecting good things. So that's where I would go for you. Just like, don't worry about what you have had. You want better in the future. And so focus there. Like, how does that feel to you? That's really sweet. I don't have a Cash App. I have Venmo. My Venmo is at Archelaus, my last name. And I think you can, I don't remember what it's called. Super chat me here if you can, but please don't worry about it. But thank you so much. That's really nice. Guillaume says, I remember my imaginary friend. His name was Horace. Oh my God, that's incredible. Did you guys all have imaginary friends? I would love to know. Mine was named Matt, and I thought he was my older brother, and then I later thought he was my spirit guide, and then I realized, oh, he is my hybrid brother. So that is so cool. Let us know like what Horace was all about, and do you still talk to Horace? That would be cool. Well, lots of love from everyone. I'm so glad it was great advice. You're welcome. Gina, do you see how far I am from meeting him? Gina, I wouldn't go for that. I would focus on what you're wanting. Focus on what you're wanting, and then that person will be attracted into your life. We don't want lumps around here. No lumps. Okay. Corinne says, thanks, Rachel. I'm grateful. Lots of synchronicity for me and others' answers. Yes, I know. That's why this is so much fun, right? Because I feel like a lot of this applies to so many people. But deal, oh my God, is that Gumle? You'll have to tell me in our next meeting how to pronounce that, but that is really, really, really cool. And Gina, yeah, I know. You understand, because you deserve better than a lump. Oh, all right. Well, everyone, thank you so much for coming. This was really, really fun. And we'll definitely do it again. If not next week, then the week after. And I just want to thank you for sharing your energy with me. It was such a pleasure to look into all of your questions. I just enjoy it so much. So until next time, have a wonderful week and enjoy yourselves. All right, everyone. Bye for now. Thanks for coming.